What's up? How you doing? Here we are. Chilly, but beautiful, beautiful scenery. So I'm on a ship heading north to Alaska. So right now it's 10:40 at night, and it's still pretty well lit. See some beautiful islands out there. So, very beautiful. Doesn't even feel like you're moving, even though we're going at about 21 knots. Beautiful night. Beautiful night. A little bit chilly. I don't know, this morning was 55 degrees. I think now it's probably like 50. Not that cold, but it's windy. Got some islands back there, heading north to Alaska. All right, now right behind me, that's Dundas, D-U-N-D-A-S Island, Dundas Island. Very windy out here. So you may hear a little bit of that wind sound in the microphone. If I had a rod and reel right now, I'd be pulling out some fish. It's starting to get dark. Right now it's 10:48 in the PM.
Yes, that's what I was saying. Formation.
What's up? How you doing? Here we are in Alaska, glacier over here. Great ice for your beverage. Nice and crisp tasting. But Shelley,
Let's calm down.
Yeah, I think like those little cuts in it have like different wires, so that's why it makes like the weird sounds when you're when you're connecting.
Disconnecting? Why did you say disconnecting?
Well, when you go over it.
Yeah, no one wants to hear disconnecting. Where are the bears? Are those nests?
I'm
Take that
going
picture.
so hard.
Bro, if you don't cut that out, I'll actually be sad. Are you a bear?
Oh.
Nah, if we fall, we're done. I don't know why I said that. I actually don't like that now. Ooh. I'm taking everything back. I want back.
It's got a little kick to it.
No, it stopped. Wait.
Vai lá, Matheus, papai. Matheus, vai lá, papai.
Muito bom.
Ah, papai ficou bom. Vai
Nossa,
lá, aqui, Matheus.
tudo papai ficou melhor. Até também.
What's a fire? Oh, I don't like it.
I don't like.
I don't.
Wait, this is even worse.
Oh my god.
This is even worse.
Oh wait, I should have gone that way. I was supposed to. Now I can't even look.
Stop.
Our boat looks so tiny, you know? Like that could be on someone's shelf.
What's up? How you doing? Here we are in Alaska. I've been waiting many years to come here, and we finally did it. Beautiful place, beautiful trip. Nice little town here. So I'm looking for an axe, and nobody has an axe here. This is Alaska. There should be an axe store every block. Every block. I told the lady that, and she looked at me like I was joking. I'm not joking. Should be an axe store every block, or a hunting store, or a fishing store. There is a fishing store on the other side, but it's closed, and it's the size of my bedroom. I need something bigger. I need like a Bass Pro Shop up here. Anyway, we're gonna look around here, doing an investigation. So guys, making a totem pole here. Beautiful work, beautiful wood. You touch it, it's solid. I mean, this is like heavy duty. This should last 200 years. Maybe 220, who knows. But beautiful carving. Very quiet now. Alright, we're gonna look around here, see what's going on further on. Before somebody thinks we're trying to take this. I'm not trying to take it. Closed. I was hoping they were open. I'm looking for gear, specifically an axe, but they're closed. Not that big. I mean, where's a Bass Pro Shop when you need one? It doesn't even have to be a Bass Pro Shop. It could be something like McGillicuddy's axe shop. I'm good with that. In Alaska. That is a very clean bathroom. Very clean. I'm very surprised.
Yeah, you have to, there's like stuff. Oh, yeah, so this is
What's up, how you doing? Here we are in Alaska, in a lighthouse. It's been my dream to go in a lighthouse. I'm here, but I'd like to spend a couple of nights in a lighthouse with a couple of sandwiches, nice beverage, in a storm. And this is a perfect place, because this is actually an island. I have written St. George's Reef Lighthouse and asked them if I can do the same. They responded partially, saying that they would get back to me. They never get back to me. But I wouldn't mind spending a couple of nights here, maybe a couple of weeks. Have some sandwiches, maybe even cook outside. I'm fascinated with lighthouses. Okay, go that way so I can, oh, this way. Go that way. What's up? How you doing? Here I am in Alaska. I visited all 50 states in my life, and this was the final one. So, as it says, mission accomplished, 50 states.
Hi. Hi.
What's up? How you doing? Here we are on a cruise ship, middle of the ocean. Beautiful, beautiful experience. Went to Alaska, had a great time. Just everything you think a cruise is on a ship, this is even more. We had great food, great service, just, you know, all around awesome time. So my favorite part of the experience was hanging out on the balcony at night or as the sun was going down and watching all these awesome mountains that that I look up on Earth Google or Google Earth. Let's put the Google first because that's how they have it. But so I go on Google Earth and I see things there, and then I put pins. And one of the areas that I really look at is the route to Alaska and Alaska itself. And to see these things right in front of your face, the cliffs, the rocks, the density in the tree line. I mean, there's like, I remember years ago I had gone to Nova Scotia, Fairfax, right, Fairfax, and it's like tree, 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 tree. The trees are like right next to each other, and that's how it is up here. It's crazy, but you know, and there is a bit of creepiness to it, especially at night when you look at it and you see these like shadows of mountains not too far from the ship. So, you know, and I'm in here, and you know, you kind of feel the ship kind of rocking slightly. If the waters get a little bit rough, you will feel an up and down or side to side motion. Very, very, very minor motion like that, but you know, you feel like right now I'm feeling a little bit of a back and forth, and there's the doors over here are sliding a little bit back and forth. But if I go out there right now, it just has a creepy look to it. Huge, huge mountains, and I have binoculars, so I'm checking out all the details. I saw a few hours ago we were passing by a mountain, and right at the base of it was a very nice home. I couldn't see it. Like, I could see there was something there, naked eye, but with my binoculars I saw that it was a White House, very fancy, with a lighthouse in the front. So I shot some video of that. The other night I was out in the balcony there, and I could see a little blue light blinking. I got my binoculars out and I looked, and it was a fishing boat, a really old, rusty looking thing out there. But you know, this experience has been for me a blast. Really great experience. Alaska, beautiful. Did a little bit of walking around up there. Went to Juneau, Alaska. Raining a lot though, a lot of rain, but you know, it's the way the environment is. It's the way you know, the atmosphere is up here. But the thing that I love is that the hotel travels with you. You know, you don't have to get tired in a car driving like a, you know, an exhausted zombie. You get in this hotel, which is a ship, and it brings you places. And it's like you're stationary on a dock, and you're looking out and the land is moving, and you're just sitting there. That's what it feels like. But we had a great time here, great staff. People here are awesome. I was expecting high quality here, but they went even beyond the high quality. They went high quality cubed. It was really great service. If there was anything wrong, put a call through immediately, they would come and fix it. Not like some hotels, you call them up and they send Mr. Miyagi up and he can't fix it. This was like very impressive for me. We had a really good experience here. It was my first cruise of this size. I mean, I've been on ferry boats, as they call them, but nothing this size. This is a full-size cruise ship, and ever since the Love Boat, Ever since I love boat, I've always wanted to take a cruise somewhere. Always thought about it. Even as a kid, I would think about, wow, wouldn't it be awesome to take a cruise somewhere? And here we are. But I talked about this many years ago, before my kids were born. I was telling my bride that we're going to have 2 kids, and when they're a little bit older, we're going to go to Alaska on a cruise ship. And that's how it happened. This is the prediction being fulfilled. Yeah, it's a great experience. I looked at the, you know, I have on my iPhone, you snap a picture and it shows you where you are so you can follow your path. And every so often I would go out there and take a picture of the landscape and then look it up on my phone, zoom in and see all the features, and then I can transfer all the coordinates onto Google Earth when I get home and get an even better idea of where we went through. And my kids, they loved it. My wife loved it. I thank my wife for the trip. She did a lot to make this happen, a lot. So very grateful for that. And we all had a good time. Great food, great salmon. I mean, the boat, the ship, the food on the boat. I don't know, maybe that's offensive for people that work on the ship to call it a boat, but the food was like high class, good quality, good beverages, but also the food in Alaska, the salmon. Anywhere you went and got salmon, it was just fantastic salmon. Of course, it's from here, right? So now slowly we're heading back to California, and life goes on. Hopefully in the near future we'll be able to take another cruise. I'd like to take one around the world, you know, just get on a ship, California, and go Hawaii, do some uninhabited islands, keep going, Japan, Korea, South Korea, China, Vietnam, you know, all around, end up in India, do a little bit of food tasting there. I love Indian food. I've said this many times, Indian food, Greek food, Mexican food. I could have Japanese food. I love that style, and in any order. Just depends on the mood, depends on the day. But Indian food, the spice, some biryani. If I could have some biryani right now, but that takes many hours to make. That's not like something you know, put in the microwave and 10 minutes later you have biryani, you know. And the other thing, it's so cozy. You know, here I am in the corner, got bed over there, another bedroom over here, nice big bed here, 2 bathrooms, and it's so cozy. I feel like I'm in a cottage somewhere in Maine, you know. And then I'll go out on the balcony, and I have a really powerful flashlight that I brought with me, and I will shine it, and if there's no fog, I'll be able to shoot a beam to the other side and see the landscape. But if there's fog, you know, it just reflects back on you. Now, the other night there was no fog, and I was able to shoot the thing out all the way, and it has a strobe on it, and I bet you in the darkness, somebody in a fishing boat or something will probably say, hey, somebody's got a strobe light on, something's coming. And then the other night I was kind of thinking about, what about if like the GPS system broke down on one of the ships, and so we're going this way. Imagine like I'm here talking now, and a big like cruise ship comes and you know, hits us on the side, and you see the big front come in here. I saw the Poseidon Adventure, so you're always thinking something like that. Oh, and I saw a beautiful glacier, huge, and chunks of it breaking off and then floating, and then we got close to it, so the ferry boat people were able to take a chunk of it out of the ocean, break it up. I guess they washed it first, right? Get all the salty stuff off the top, because that's fresh water. And so then they chopped it up in pieces and they made a beverage. And the ice was so dense and clear. It wasn't that foggy, misty looking ice that you get out of your refrigerator. This was like crystal clear. And really, there was no flavor to it. It was that good. It was like neutral. There was no taste of, cabbage on it or anything disgusting like that. It was so good. Saw whales on the trip, sea lions, what else did we see? Eagles, lots of, the bald eagle was everywhere. Everywhere. This thing is not going extinct anymore. They did a good job with bringing that back. Anyway, yeah, I'm thinking as I'm talking, so whatever comes to mind I am saying, because we had a great experience. And I know I've said that, but you can't overemphasize a good experience. Great staff, mentioned that, I know, but yeah, one of the people that work here works downstairs in the restaurant. Everybody in the restaurant was awesome. Everybody in the restaurant was awesome. Every single person that we've had an experience with down there was awesome. But anyway, we bumped into him in Juneau, walking around. He was buying something for the ship. I don't know what he was getting. And if not for him being there, we would have missed the bus. Had to wait for the next one. I said to him, which bus goes back to the ship? And he goes, this one right here. And we got on it. Otherwise, probably would have ended up in Detroit somewhere. So, anybody out there watching, I highly recommend cruises. Just great experience. The hotel comes with you, and it's so relaxing. You sit out in the morning, you have breakfast, or you can have breakfast here. They have cell service, they have internet, pretty good. And the scenery, I guess depending where you go. Some places you see ocean and only ocean. And this trip, we saw lots of landscape. And I'm a big fan of that, so it worked out for me because I enjoy watching all the creepy mountains. I have dreams, and one of my dreams, I'm out in the ocean floating. It's dark except for the moon, and I don't know what I have a life raft or something, and I'm just moving on, and I'm tired, I'm half asleep, half awake in the dream, and all of a sudden, I mean, the water's deep. It's probably thousands of feet deep where I am, and all of a sudden, after a while of this just moving around, I end up going into the shoreline of an island, and I look around and go, this is awesome, there's an island here. I get up, and the island is, as I look up and the moon is hitting it, it looks like a triangle with trees, like a forest of a triangle, so it's a pointy mountain, and it's all trees. And as I'm looking around, the water's coming in, so I have to climb, and as I'm climbing, the water's coming up with me, and I go, how high can this high tide go? So anyway, the mountain in my dream is probably like maybe 3,000 feet tall, high, and I end up going all the way to the top where the water finally stops. And when I get to the top, it looks like a flat area, and I look over and there's a house, and I can hear voices like like maybe 40 people up there, 30-40 people, that they're having a little get together. They're barbecuing in the back, and they're kind of talking low. And I go, wow, there's people on this island. And so I wake up eventually. I have no interaction with these people, so there's not like I go up to them and I go, I can have a burger. So nothing like that happens in the dream, but I've had this dream many times where I'm floating around in the ocean by myself, there's no one around, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this island appears, and it's like pointy, like that, but it's all full of trees with a trail. And like I said, at first when I arrived there, there's a huge shoreline, So I hit the sand, and then you have maybe like 300 feet before you get to the mountain, all sand. But slowly, the water surrounds you, and then the shoreline disappears, and then it starts going up. So you have to constantly keep going up and up and up and up the mountain. And when you get to the top with maybe 100 feet left, then the water finally stabilizes. When I was like 12 years old, I used to have a dream where I'm in the ocean. I don't know how I end up in the ocean, but I'm in the ocean floating around, and still water, very deep, and it's just me. Then all of a sudden I kind of turn my head, and right next to me is a massive oil tanker just going by me very slow. And the creepiness is that I can picture the part of the oil tanker that I can't see, that's under the ocean. Big, massive hull going by me, and I'm just sitting there hoping that it doesn't pull me under. So I used to have a dream like that once in a while, but you know, I've always visited big ships. I would always go down to, you know, the area where they would come in and just watch them and be amazed. I was always amazed at the size of these things, and they float. You know, somebody said, you know, metal, steel sinks on its own. Like if you take a piece of wood, if you take this and throw it in the ocean, it'll float. So the material itself is, you know, buoyant. It'll float. But if you take steel the same shape, throw it in, it'll sink. But if you make steel a certain shape, then all of a sudden it floats. And I was looking at the construction of this ship when I came from offshore. I came in. I mean, when I came from the town in, I was looking at the panels, the steel panels that make up the plates that make up the side of the ship. Very thick, very solid. And I'm thinking, this thing floats. It's crazy that they would, you know, able to design something that was able to float and was made out of iron, steel. You know, and that's last 100 years or so, last 150 years, say. Prior to that, everything was wood, and it was common sense because they knew that wood would float on its own, and so you made something out of wood, it would float. But who the hell came up with the concept that make something out of steel and put it in the ocean and it will float? Because this ship is like 99% iron, steel. Anyway, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to take a look around. It's my last night on the ship. Hopefully that's only going to be a temporary thing. I hope that somewhere down the line I take another cruise somewhere. I'll take a small cruise somewhere. I'm dying to go to Catalina Island, which is like in my backyard, so that's not a big, you know, but I want to go on a midnight trip to Catalina. I want to be on a boat. The boat leaves midnight, nice clear sky, moon, Jupiter, and then, you know, take a nice cruise. And it kind of reminds me of that scene on Jaws, in Jaws, the movie, where they're hunting for the shark and they're in that captain's boat, and he's telling them stories. I think it's stories about World War II, war stories, and they're listening. And, you know, I always enjoy those kind of movies, the coziness of a boat in the middle of the ocean. And that's how I feel here. I feel like I need a captain over there, dim the lights a little bit, and hear stories. You know, like stories about fishing out in the wild ocean off of Gloucester. Those kind of stories fascinate me. You know, ocean stories with bad storms. You know, hurricanes, and here you are in a boat, and you're inside, and the water's going nuts. You have, you know, 80-foot waves coming over and shaking you up, but you survive. Because it'd be a sad story if you didn't. So anyway, I'm going to look around outside, see what's going on, and maybe I continue, or maybe that's the end.